Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and this is going to be part 2 of my What Will I Choose series for the Winter 2024 FabFitFun box. So if you missed part 1, I'll have that linked in the cards up above and in the description box down below. So in that video, I cover categories 4 through 6. This video, I will cover categories 1 through 3, and time permitting, I will talk about the refills and the picks. So I'm filming this Tuesday night. So they just spoiled everything that they're going to spoil before. The add-on store opens for annual members on Thursday. The customization window opens for annual members on Friday, and then seasonal members are a week or two after. So what they've done for recent boxes, instead of having the boost your box window or refills connected to customization, they have it actually as part of the add-on store. So that's why I wanted to touch on a couple things before that add-on store opens. But just be aware that the window is open until, I think it's Tuesday night of the following week. So you have time to go in and adjust things if you need a little bit more time to think about something. I would recommend that you go ahead and select as many things as you possibly think you might want. And then if something happens to be out of stock, or if you want to remove something from either the add-on store or one of your choices, additional choices, then you can make those changes before the customization window closes. So I hope that all makes sense to you guys. For ease of reference, I will have timestamps down below so you can jump into a particular category if you want. I think I mentioned in my last video that I wasn't sure if I would do like a customize with me, or sometimes I will just film the add-on store. If you have any requests in terms of the types of videos that you find helpful when it comes to customizing your box, please let me know down below and I can try to work those things into my schedule. I think I'll probably do a customize with me, but it just kind of depends on the time I have to film and that kind of thing. And the last little bit of housekeeping I have is just to encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. I would very much like to hit 4,000 by the end of this year. So I think I can do it, but I would certainly appreciate it if you subscribed. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into customization 3. We have a lot of things to cover here, and I don't think I've mentioned yet, but winter is my renewal period. If it's also your renewal period, I did see that on the FabFitFun community page, which is what I reference for all the choices. They have some kind of like loyalty promotion going on where I think there's a form that you fill out and you leave a comment or something about why you're resubscribing. And I think you get $20 of credit is the kind of trade-off there. So I'll have a link to that post as well in case you are able to take advantage. So one other thing, they did announce the cost of additional choices. I think I had that in the description box of my last video, but in case you missed it, customization 6, the additional choices are 12. Customization 5, additional choices are 10. Customization 4, additional choices are also 10. Customization 3, additional choices are 14. Customization 2, additional choices are 15. And then customization 1, additional choices are 17. So that hurts a little bit. So you can plan accordingly. All right, so the first item here is the Perricone MD Essential FX Acetyl Glutathione is what I'm going to go with. Smoothing and brightening under eye cream. It's a $125 value, which is a really good value there. It says, this brightening under eye cream has a balm-like texture that literally melts into your skin to nourish, soften, and brighten the gentle skin around your eyes. You'll be able to trick people into thinking you got 8 hours of sleep, since this balm also works to reduce the appearance of dark circles, fine lines, and wrinkles. So, truth be told, I don't think, when it comes to under eye circles, an eye cream isn't really going to do much in most cases. But I do like a nice hydrating eye cream. And I think this one has some pretty good ingredients in it. So I might pick this one up. Like the rest of my skin, I have very dry under eyes, and so I'm always on board for a good eye cream. No shipping restrictions with that one either. Going on to Dibs Beauty, the Go-To Glossy Balm in Effortless Pink has a $24 value. It delivers shine and shimmer while keeping your lips soft and nourished thanks to ultra hydrating key ingredients like cherry kernel oil. So I will probably pick this one up. I'm just trying to get like a closer look at the pictures. One thing I would recommend with any beauty product, if you're referencing the FabFitFun photos, I would encourage you to look at the actual brand website, because I find that a lot of FabFitFun pictures are really blown out, so you don't get really a true representation of the color. Because I am primarily a beauty channel and just generally beauty obsessed, I think I'll probably pick that one up kind of out of curiosity, so I can report back when I do my unboxing. Next up, we have the Tower 28 Beauty Make Waves Mascara. Has a $20 value. So it says it's a endlessly buildable vegan formula that lengthens and volumizes your lashes without any of the annoying clumping or smudging. It's supposed to be water resistant, smudge free, contact lens safe, sensitive eyes safe, and so on. So let me see, I had a little sample of this guy. So I tried this, I did a full face of Tower 28, so I have tried this mascara before. Has a synthetic brush like so. I didn't use this today because honestly this little guy is kind of old, so I just need to toss it. I know a lot of people love this mascara, and I have already tried it, like I said. I don't think it compares to my Holy Grail Tarte Lights Camera Splashes though. That is what I'm wearing today. And I do have, I think I uploaded it as a short to YouTube, where I did a side-by-side comparison of these two guys. So I'll either insert that or include a link so you can kind of see a side-by-side. But yeah, I continue to kind of proselytize for this mascara, but it is what kind of works for me. And I haven't found anything else that holds the curl and gives me volume the way that does without being like super obnoxious to remove. So that is my go-to, so I'm gonna be skipping on this one. Although, like I said, I know a lot of people like it, and I do like Tower 28 as a brand. Next up, we have the Brock Your Body Seriously So Good cookbook. So this has a $35 value, and I will probably pick this one up. So never heard of this. I think it's a website, Instagram, kind of social media personality behind it. And yeah, I wasn't familiar with her at all, but I'm a bit of a cookbook collector, so this is extremely tempting to me. And whenever you get into a rut, sometimes it's nice to pull out a cookbook just for inspiration. Like everyone else, I tend to Google or just look on like the New York Times cooking app to find, you know, basic recipes or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a go. So we'll probably pick that one up as well. This box is unfortunately shaping up to be a bit expensive for me because, like I said, it's my renewal period and then everything on top of it. Next up, we have the First Aid Beauty Bronze and Glow Drops with Niacinamide, $28 value. So this is a no for me. Generally, when a product has niacinamide in the title of it, it's not going to be a good fit. And I'm just not a big bronzing drop type person generally because it just has a tendency to go south very quickly. So let's see, it looks like it has water, caprylic capric triglyceride, niacinamide, so that's the third ingredient, penylene glycol, glycerin, mica, some vitamin E. So, you know, if this is something that you are into, have at it, but I'm going to be skipping on that. That is US only for whatever reason. Next up, we have the Aveda Be Curly Advanced Curl Enhancer Cream, $36 value. So it says it's a styling staple that fights frizz and adds shine while making your curls pop. From beachy waves to defined curls, the styling cream will enhance your natural look and keep your hair looking shiny and smooth. You get 6.7 fluid ounce. In theory, I would be on board with this. If there were nothing else in this category that I was into, I'd probably pick this up. But I feel like I have so many hair products kind of laying around anyway. What I use today, so I let my hair air dry and it's kind of naturally wavy. So I talk about the Diva Curl curl cream. I forget what it's called, but that is usually what I use, and I have a good amount of that. So I'm going to be skipping on this because I have something that I know works, and I guess I'm just not inclined to try this one, but I'm sure it's perfectly fine. Next up, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pen. You have a choice of ebony, taupe, soft brown, dark brown, and medium brown. $26 value. So this has a super fine tip that delivers realistic strokes while adding the ultimate dimension and definition. So I'll be skipping on this mostly just from a preference perspective. So what I like to do generally is a combination of these two products. So I have the e.l.f. Wow Brow in taupe that kind of gives me a little bit more definition, color, that kind of thing. And then the $1 Billion Brow Lift gives me a little bit more hold. So this is clear. So generally I just use brow gels. I don't use pencils or pens or anything like that. I think a product like this is really good if you really need to draw in hairs. I am fortunate in that I don't need to do that. So that is just a little bit more, I guess, effort than I'm really into for my brows. So I will be passing on that. Next up, we have the Etika 18 karat gold plated adjustable crystal bracelet, $40 value. So it has an adjustable closure. It's 18 karat gold plated brass with cubic zirconia. So I'm not a big bracelet person generally, and then also I'm not really a gold jewelry person, so that is an easy pass for me. Next up, we have the Bushwick Kitchen and Short Stories Honey Jar and Dipper, $40 value. It says drizzle the perfect amount on your nightly tea or festive holiday desserts, plus it looks super cute on your countertop or kitchen table. 14 ounces, and hand wash only for the jar, lid, and dipper. I'm gonna be passing on that. Like, we have honey and things from time to time, but not so much that I feel compelled to have like a dedicated vessel like this out. So just the normal jar or whatever the honey comes in is fine with us. Let's see, the next product is the Love Sweat Fitness digital offer, $83.94. You get 6 months of the Move membership, gives you access to a personal training program and workouts, it looks like. So if you want to put the fit back into FabFitFun, this might be a good choice. I would not use this, to be honest. I have a like stationary bike and I'll go to yoga, but yeah, I'm not a big workout type person. So I'm going to skip this. The only word of caution I have is just be aware if it's something where you have to put in your credit card. Like, they'll give you a code. It looks like a unique code so you can redeem the 6 months free, but just be aware if you have to put your credit card in and it's going to auto bill you at the end of that period is the only thing. So that is it for customization 3. For customization 2, so additional choices are $15. And the first item here is the iconic London Heat of the Moment Face and Eye Palette, $62 value. So I did, let's see if there's a link. Okay, so it does have it on their website. I wasn't able to search for it. It says it's out of stock, but it's new. So I don't know if this is something they made especially for FabFitFun or if it will be in stock at some point in the future. So I don't have this, but just from the pictures, it has 6 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a blush, and 2 highlighters potentially. So anyway, so I don't have it, but I do have an iconic London palette that is very reflective. This is the Booming and Gleaming eyeshadow palette. So I wore this today just to refresh my memory on the formula, and I tried to select shades that would be similar to the ones in the palette. So I used like these more mauve rose tones, some of the brown, and then that shimmer, and then some of these more mauve purpley shimmers. So yeah, I tried to kind of recreate a similar look, but these shades are obviously not the same. And what I'll say about this option is I think this is a very kind of traditional eyeshadow formula. Like, if you're really into like the latest Natasha Denona palettes, for example, I don't know that you'll be satisfied with this. If you want just an easy kind of one and done palette that you can grab to do an easy eye look, then maybe it's worth taking a look at. I found that the mattes blended pretty well. The shimmers are, I guess, more of a traditional kind of metallic formula. So I used the shimmers with a brush and then I tapped on a little bit more with my finger. And I've had this eye look on for a little bit and I think it's kind of settled in a little bit and looks a little bit better now than when I first applied it. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I think there is a little bit of a potential for this shimmer formula to maybe exaggerate texture on your eyelids. So if you have more mature lids, you may experience some of that. But like I said, if you just want one palette that you don't have to think about too much, if you're not into the latest and greatest eyeshadow palettes or whatever, then you might be satisfied with this if the colors will work well for your skin tone. Just from the pictures, I would say it's probably going to work best for light to medium complexions, at least based on the bronzer shade. One thing you can consider though, especially if you're more fair like me, you can use bronzer as an eyeshadow. You can use highlighter as an eyeshadow. So that kind of opens up the palette a little bit, gives you more of kind of a light to medium toned matte that you can incorporate. So otherwise those two browns look a little dark. So I guess my takeaway is I don't think it's a bad choice if it kind of fits your makeup lifestyle, if you will, but it's not something that I plan to pick up. So let's move on. The next option is the Brock Your Body, so kind of a companion product to the cookbook. These are mini round ceramic, cocottes?
Cocotte.
Cocotte. It's not a word I say very often. So I am tempted by these. It says they are oven, microwave, freezer, and dishwasher safe. There's the two cocottes with lids, and each one of those fits 19 ounces. They're made out of ceramic, and there's no shipping restrictions. So it's tempting. It's a little hard to get a gauge of the size. They measure 6.89 by 5.04 by 3.46. I'm not sure that the cookbook was written with these in mind. We've had products from other kind of more lifestyle brands where it looks like they kind of created companion products, if that makes sense, for FabFitFun. So I'm not sure if the cookbook will specifically mention these. I'm definitely getting the cookbook, so I'll mention that. I'll try to look through it when I get it, but this is a maybe. We'll just have to see. So that will be $15. I don't know. Part of it comes down to like storage and that kind of thing too. So that's a strong maybe. We'll see. Next up, we have the Fenty Skin Melt Off Jelly Oil Makeup Melting Cleanser, $34 value. It says it's a custom blend of 9 oils, cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free, nighttime and daytime use, 3.3 fluid ounce. So this one, it looks okay. It does have fragrance in it, so I'll be skipping it for that reason primarily. But if you're not bothered by that and you need kind of a first cleanse type product, makeup remover, then that could be a good addition to your routine. Next up, we have the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer, $30 value. So it says, skincare meets makeup. Your future self will thank you for adding this makeup must-have to your winter box. Once you experience this lightweight and silky smooth hybrid liquid formula, you won't start your makeup routine any other way. It creates a gorgeous, soft focus blur and lit from within glow that you can either wear alone or with your Fave foundation. It also boasts a naturally derived blue light protector to help your skin stay protected during screen time. And it's 0.91 fluid ounce or 27 mil, $30. Use alone for an effortless no makeup look with or prior to makeup application. And it's a silicone-based primer. So I do have this and I did use it today. I think I purchased this when around the time it first launched and it was getting some hype. So I do agree that it is lightweight. I think this is a decent choice. So very kind of liquidy formula. and I've used it a couple times now. So I'm just going to kind of apply it to my left hand. I mean, it does kind of blend out onto the skin really nicely. It does create a really smooth basis. It does have fragrance. It's kind of noticeable. I would say it's a floral fragrance. I have this like very distinct scent memory of going into an antique store when I was a kid, and this is what it smelled like. I think it smells kind of similar to the Kosas products, so maybe kind of like a rose scent, I guess. I like it. I don't know if you'll be able to see much of a blur there. So this hand is the one with the primer. There is some, I think it was synthetic Florflogopite in it. So that creates a bit of a radiance. I'm gonna take off my cardigan there. So I do like it, and if you're into the idea of a blurring primer, or just a primer generally, I think it might be worth taking a look. There's probably a lot of very dedicated reviews on YouTube because I remember when it came out, and I bought it because I was thinking of doing like a full face of Iconic London that I never ended up doing, so that's why I have it. But just a couple things to note. It is a silicone-based primer. Also has some glycerin in there, so it'll be hydrating. The thing about primers, which I don't feel like I'm an expert or enough of an expert to speak on, but you just want to be aware of your complexion products and your primers and how they might mesh well together. So just for reference, today I use the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow, and this is not a silicone-based foundation. I feel like this foundation did apply nicely over top. I used a beauty blender, so that I think helps. I didn't experience any pilling or anything like that, but it does seem like it sets down. So I don't think this is a product that you'll run a huge risk of pilling, but just be aware that sometimes the interplay between products can cause issues. And then the other thing was the whole blue light protection. Like that's a bunch of nonsense. You're gonna get more blue light from the sun. So if you're wearing a sunscreen when you go out, I think you're fine. I wouldn't worry about skincare with blue light. That's kind of been debunked. If you're going to obsess about anything related to computers, I would pay more attention to like your screen brightness and temperature. I think that will have more of an effect on your eyes and your sleep patterns than anything happening on your skin. So there's that. Moving on. So next up we have the Hunter Tonal Patch Beanie, $58 value. So it says at 9% polyester, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be 99% polyester because the only other material listed is elastane, 1%. And this is hand wash cold, lay flat to dry. So I'm very tempted by this. Costco carries some Hunter products, and so I happen to have the box down here, but I got these kind of short welly boots from Hunter, and Costco also had like a Hunter jacket that I picked up. So I could be totally decked out in Hunter if I so chose. I'm not a big label type person generally, so I'll probably skip on this as much as it kind of appeals to me, but I don't really wear beanies hardly ever. I mean, I can't remember the last time I wore one because it just doesn't get that cold in the DC area. And, you know, if it was cold and I had to go outside and walk for a while or whatever, I'd probably wear like a headband kind of thing over my ears as opposed to a full dedicated beanie. So practically speaking, it's probably not the best choice for me, but it is appealing. So speaking of practicality, the next item is the Fenty Hair Comeback Kid Instant Damage Repair Hair Treatment, $36 value. And it says you get 5 fluid ounce. So it looks like you can use this in one of two ways. So you can either, I guess, shampoo your hair and then apply this product from root to tip, comb through, leave on for 3 to 5 minutes, and then rinse. So kind of functioning as a conditioner or mask, I guess. And then there's also the option to leave it in as a leave-in kind of treatment. So more of a styling product. So this is a product that I think I would probably get use out of because usually I use a hair mask instead of a conditioner. So if I used it that way, I'm sure I would use it up, assuming it, you know, was satisfactory. So this is a product I guess I can see myself using up because I do go through hair masks. So that's a strong contender. That's kind of the most practical choice for me out of all of these. Next up, we have the Open Spaces Cookbook Holder, $31.50 value. And I'm gonna be passing on this. I do like how they kind of have corresponding products. So you could pick up the cookbook and then the cookbook holder. Let's see, it says adjustable stand board. Oh, it folds up and lays flat. That's good. It's made out of whitewashed pine wood. And you just wipe it clean, I guess. So let me show you what we do have. All right, so I just pulled this out of the kitchen and it needs a wash, so don't judge me. But this is something I got from Williams-Sonoma. So it has this metal part that you put the cookbook in. It used to have feet that I think have kind of come off. And then this glass kind of panel. It looks like it was chipped a little bit at some point, but it has some measurement equivalents that I don't think we really ever reference. But the thing I like about this one, let me find a book. So this is the official Bridgerton Guide to Entertaining. They just released a cookbook today, actually, that I'll probably pick up at some point. But anyway, just for demonstration purposes, so what you would do is put the cookbook and then you can slide this, it's clear, obviously. So that way, if you wanted to kind of protect your cookbook a little bit from splatters or whatever, you have this kind of glass shield. If it's a larger cookbook, sometimes there's a little bit that kind of hangs out over the edge. But in general, that is something that works pretty well. And this is also good for, like, if I do pull up a recipe on my iPad or whatever, I can just kind of put the iPad right here and it'll prop it up or whatever. So that's what we have. And as you may know, if you have watched my previous FabFitFun videos, I like to give you just pros and cons of why I like a particular design better than maybe what FabFitFun is offering. So anyway, so that's just kind of something to consider. Next up, we have the Greg Natal measuring cups, $70 value. How in the world are these $70? Ceramic, wash thoroughly before use. They are dishwasher safe and microwave safe. You get 1 cup, half a cup, a third a cup, and a fourth a cup. Again, I don't think these are very practical, and I remember, I think the spoiler video from FabFitFun said something about like having grown-up measuring cups, and I don't see how these are more grown-up than having just a good set of measuring cups that measures things accurately. I do use a scale for a lot of things, but sometimes you just need a measuring cup. So I'm gonna be passing on these. They look like they'd be kind of difficult to use. I mean, they're pretty little bowls by themselves. So if you just wanted to use them for like prep or that kind of thing, they could be good, but yeah, I'm gonna be skipping on those. They don't have any handles, which seems, again, like it would be difficult. Okay, so the last item in customization 2 is the Blissy handmade mulberry silk sleep mask in emerald. It's a $49.95 value. It's 100% mulberry silk and you can machine wash it, tumble dry. Is that accurate? Okay, so their website says they recommend air dry, but you can, I guess, put it in the dryer if you want. So for me, this is going to be a pass, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I do really like the color emerald. I mean, everything is kind of emerald green this fall and winter, but I do like the color, and even if you're not buying it for yourself, it may be worth picking up as a gift for the holiday season, because I think that would be a really beautiful gift to give someone. But what I need in a sleep mask is the kind of Bluetooth audio functionality, which this doesn't have. It also doesn't have kind of the dedicated eye cup space that I like to have. So again, I think this is a fine choice, but I listen to audiobooks when I'm falling asleep. Right now I'm listening to the Black Witch Chronicles, which is really great if you like fantasy, that kind of thing. It's not too spicy if that's not your thing. I'm on the second book out of 5, I think. The 5th one, I think, comes out in January or sometime next year. But yeah, great book. And it's narrated by Julia Whalen, I think her name is. I search for audiobooks by the narrator oftentimes. But anyway, what I use more often than not, this is something that Tina from the Fancy Face kind of turned me on to. This is the Manta sleep mask. So it's not cheap, but you have the kind of flat speakers in it. So it can connect to your phone or whatever Bluetooth device. You can adjust the position of the speakers a little bit. And it has Velcro, but I haven't noticed it kind of catching on my pillowcase or anything. Sometimes cheaper Velcro will do that. You can also just kind of pull this apart to wash it. And it does have removable eye cups, as you can see, that do have a little bit of a space there for your eyes. So this was a little bit of an investment. If you don't know whether that's something that you would probably use long term. I used a lot of similar eye masks from Amazon, and I'll link some alternatives down below. The thing about those, though, is that I was having to replace them every so often because the wiring would kind of fray. So this is kind of the sportier, like summer version, if you will, because this can be kind of hot if you're a hot sleeper. So sometimes if it's really hot or to travel with, sometimes I'll just take this. And this is meant to be like a sport headband, but I'll just pull it down over my eyes and call it a day. Still has pretty flat little ear pieces, speakers, I guess. This one isn't as easy to clean because you have to kind of thread everything through that hole and whatnot. And let me see if I can find the wiring. So yeah, you can see this one is starting to do it where it just gets, starts to fray or whatever. So anyway, that's why I decided to invest in the more expensive one. This one has the USB charging port. I'll show you. You don't have to thread it through because you can just remove the outer bit and wash the interior. But you can see it has a more kind of solid USB port that you would just plug in. So anyway, I will have links down below, but that is why I will be skipping something like this, because I do listen to things as I fall asleep. So that's it for customization 2. For customization 1, like I mentioned, additional prices are $17, which is a little steep. So we have the return of the unhide blankets. So this is the Lil Marsh in Emerald Kitten or Chocolate Hair, $69 value. And even though we have kind of unhide blankets to spare, my husband and I both have one like on our respective side of the bed that we sleep with, basically. I'm tempted by that Emerald Kitten color. Like I said, everything's emerald this season for the Wicked movie, but the chocolate hair is also really nice. It's a little bit more of a, I guess, cool toned brown. So I am tempted, and it looks like they have some kind of like fastener detail, which I don't think any of mine do. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit here. 50 by 60 inches. They are machine washable on gentle cycle. It says line dry. This is the rose one that I have that I pulled off the bed, like I mentioned. Where are the care instructions? I'm pretty sure this is 50 by 60. And I went to their website and I didn't see that kind of fastener detail. This one is probably due for a wash too. Yeah, this one says you can tumble dry low. These blankets, once you kind of use them and wash them, they're never quite the same texture wise. Line dry only. I don't know. I mean, use at your own discretion. I've heard some people say that it's better not to use like fabric softener and that kind of thing when you wash them. So I would probably dry it if I'm being honest. Okay, so that's a maybe. The next one is the Barefoot Dreams Cozy Chic Scarf in gray, $58 value. So it says, now you can literally wrap yourself in Barefoot Dreams coziness no matter where you are. Crafted with their cozy chic yarn, this ultra comfy scarf looks as good as it feels in this beautiful gray shade. And this one is also machine wash cold in the gentle cycle, lay flat to dry or tumble dry low, 100% polyester, 74 by 11 are the measurements. So the cardigan I was wearing that I took off because I started to get hot is a Barefoot Dreams cardigan. So I have purchased a few of these over the years, and I think this material is their Cozy Chic Light. And I have some products in their Cozy Chic Ultralight. I think the cardigan I was wearing in my last video was the Cozy Chic Ultralight. So yeah, the Cozy Chic is going to be, I think, thicker than this. But I am pretty certain I will pick this up. I like the color. I like the brand and the material generally. So yeah, I'll probably pick this one up. Again, living in the DC area, like we don't need scarves all the time, but I think this one would be nice to have. So anyway, so that's a very strong contender. Next up, we have the Olaplex No. 4C Bond Maintenance Clarifying Shampoo and the No. 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner Bundle, $60 value. So it says these hair care heroes will keep dry winter hair at bay. This advanced clarifying shampoo and conditioner bundle removes buildup so your hair is full of nothing but light, airy volume, a gorgeous healthy shine, and vibrant color clarity. And you get 8.5 fluid ounce each. So I do have little samples of these that I tried. So I don't tend to reach for a clarifying shampoo all that often. I find that it strips my hair a little bit too much actually, because with the texture of my hair and it being color treated and that kind of thing, I just have to be careful and make sure that I really need a good clarifying shampoo before I go in with this. The good thing about Olaplex generally, I'm just trying to show you, it's not blue, it's clear. So I think they just made the bottle blue. But yeah, Olaplex products generally are very concentrated. So you're getting 8.5 ounces, but it's honestly going to last you. Like you don't need gobs and gobs of it. Like the Amika formulas, in my experience, have been kind of more watery. So yeah, so those should last you a good while. And I do have the conditioner as well that I'll show you. So this is decently thick when it comes to a conditioner. So I did use these together the other day. And like I said, I think the shampoo is just a little bit stripping for me. I'm trying to find, okay. So just for comparison, this is the No. 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. I think we had this in a box at some point. And one thing I always like to, I don't know, think about when I see these spoilers is whatever brand is in the actual box, there's a good chance there are more products in the add-on store. And we'll see that when we talk about the kind of picks or whatever. So that is the mask next to the conditioner, just for a little bit of a sense of texture difference. And more often than not, I will reach for a hair mask. But in terms of a traditional conditioner, like I found that the Olaplex one did have a good amount of substance to it. It wasn't like totally water or whatever. So I'll be skipping on that. I do have a good amount of the Whey detox shampoo, so I'm not in need of this kind of product. Next up, we have the Murad Targeted Wrinkle Corrector, $79 value. It says it's a powerful peptide meets hyaluronic acid treatment that floods wrinkles and fine lines with hydration, so your skin appears smoother. It even helps your skin resist future wrinkles, so we definitely call that a win. You get ½ ounce. So I'm gonna be skipping on this. It's just not a product that really appeals to me. I'll insert the kind of short form video that FabFitFun put up so you can kind of see maybe a before and after, but yeah, I'm gonna be skipping on that one. Next up, we have the Skin Inc. Deep Care Flash Facial Spatula, $95 value. So this one, it says, the ultrasonic vibration and ion technology is designed to unclog pores, extract blackheads and whiteheads, reduce excess oil, allow for better product absorption while lifting and firming the skin. So I haven't tried this one in particular, but I did purchase the one from Dermaflash, the Dermapore, I think is what it was called. And I didn't really notice it doing anything. So for me, this is going to be a pass. And I already have a product that's similar, but yeah, in my experience, this didn't really do a whole lot. But if you were always curious about a product like this, then getting it in your FabFitFun box is a pretty kind of low risk way to try it. Let's move on. So the next one is the Glass House Fragrances Scent Scene Duo, $45 value. So you get like a little metal stand and then these liquidless diffuser reeds. And the fragrances themselves are kind of appealing. So we have Kyoto in Bloom and Lost in Amalfi. So Kyoto in Bloom says, you have arrived in the full bloom of spring on a path of camellia, lotus, and amber. To cherry blossoms, pink is painted oval lips, to the Zen temple of the Golden Pavilion, where you feel calmed, inspired by simplicity and focused by restraint, to see beauty in everything. And Lost in Amalfi, it says, awaken to the fragrance of freesia, lavender, and lime. Enlivened and relaxed, siesta satisfied. Still with some of the sun and salt spray from before, and ready for more. Find yourself where the days sparkle like the sea, and another limoncello. So those both sound nice. But yeah, in my experience, diffusers, they don't either last that long, or they're not strong, or they just get really dusty. So I don't know. I kind of like the look of that. I find it very aesthetically pleasing, but given everything else in this category and the fact that choices are going to be $17 in addition to that, I'll probably skip it. Next up, we have the Cleo Bella Canvas Tote, $98 value. So it says it's a lightweight, roomy canvas tote, zip closure, vegan leather strap. It measures 22 length by 8.66 wide by 12.2 high. And the strap drop is 10.5. The body is 100% canvas. So I'm gonna skip on this. I feel like I have a very similar bag from a few seasons ago that I never use. So for once, the bag option hasn't captured me, but I don't know. If you're in need of a good tote bag, I guess. Next up, we have the Fenty Beauty Fenty Eau de Parfum, $140 value. And for this, you'll have to pay an additional $20, even if it's your first choice. And if it's your additional choice, you'll have to pay 20 plus 17, so 37 effectively. It says it's a warm, sensual fragrance with notes of magnolia, musk, tangerine, and Bulgarian rose. This I found interesting. It says, made up of only middle notes for a long-lasting scent. Everything from the fragrance itself to the beautiful warm amber bottle embodies a sense of warmth and coziness for the winter season. 2.5 ounces. So I'm very curious about this one, and I'm tempted. So something to consider, they do have a travel size that they sell at Sephora, and the Sephora sale is coming up. So if you haven't experienced this before, it may be worth picking up the travel size just to see if you like it. And then this fragrance is also in the Sephora Favorites fragrance set, which I'm personally thinking of picking up during the sale. They always seem to get me, but yeah, this one is included. So that's where you get 10 or so sample perfumes, like little samples. You pick the one that you like, and then you can redeem a voucher for the full size. So that may be something to consider if this would be kind of a blind buy for you. I was in Sephora last Saturday and I walked around to see if they had this so I could sample it, but unfortunately they did not. But yeah, big rose fan, and I do like rose with a bit of a citrus. Magnolia is not my top note that I enjoy, but yeah, very, very curious about this one. Can only be chosen as a primary choice. I didn't see that. And this is US and Canada only. I'm assuming because it's flammable. So you would just pay 20 for this, and then any other choices would be 17. Okay, so that's worth knowing. So when you go into customize, if you want this, make sure to click on it first. So next up is the Hourglass Vanish Blush Stick in Sacred, Devoted, or Adore, $46 value. So 3 different shade options. This is a cream blush stick from Hourglass. I'm pretty confident that I will pick one of these. I think I had kind of bookmarked, is it Devoted? Yeah, Devoted is a dusty rose. So that is probably the shade I would pick. I would be tempted to pick more shades, but like I said, that additional choice price is a bit high. And I'm also not positive that this isn't being discontinued. That makes me less inclined to want to invest in more shades. I did wear this Hourglass blush. This is their liquid blush that they released earlier this year. This is in the shade Vision, which they might also describe as a rose shade. So I don't know. I can see Hourglass having a cream blush in their lineup in addition to a liquid blush. Like, I don't think the two things are mutually exclusive, but just based on availability, sometimes I just I don't know, get suspicious when things show up in subscription boxes, whether they're going to be long for this world. It says it's a cream to powder blush stick. So I don't think I ever tried that formula, so I would be interested in trying it, and I'll try to pop up some more maybe color accurate photos as well. Next up we have the Kate Spade 25mm stitched feather edge belt, and you have the choice of small, medium, large, extra large, or 1XL, 2X. And it's a $58 value. And they have the waist measurements. It's made out of leather, so if you need a new belt, I think that is a perfectly nice choice. It's not super skinny, but it is on the skinnier side. But I think I'm good with my belt selection at the moment. That one has like a gold hardware buckle to it. Next up, we have the Ana Luisa Ina necklace. It's stainless steel and 14 karat gold plating, $75 value. So as I said before, I'm not into gold jewelry. Ana Luisa does make good quality jewelry. I've done partnerships with them in the past. I'm wearing their Celeste earrings. I kind of swapped out my normal ones for something a little bit more, I don't know, spooky for the season. So again, if this appeals to you, I don't think it's a bad choice, but it's not one that I'm interested in. And I think I still have a discount code with them if you want to peruse their site for anything else. Okay, so the last item here is the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Lipid Plus Niacinamide Activating Serum, $69 value. And as you probably could guess, I'm going to be skipping on this because it has niacinamide. And let's see, I think that's the chief offender for me, and that's just specific to me, really. I like Skin Fix generally as a brand. I think they make really nice products. I like a lot of their kind of Barrier Plus, Eczema Plus products. Okay, so that is it for customization 1. Let's just quickly take a look at refills. So we have the Briogeo Air Dry Cream. That didn't really give me what I wanted in terms of an air dry cream. Again, I think I just need a little bit more hydration to my hair, so that's a pass. The Dr. Brandt Lash and Brow Serum, I remember talking about. I don't think that one has prostaglandin. So if you want a product like this, do your own research, of course, but I think that one may be safer than most. We have a Fakai Finishing Cream, the Innisfree Green Tea Serum. That one also has niacinamide pretty high up, but I think that, again, is the chief issue with it. The London Town Ink Roll and Glow Cuticle Oil and Passion Fruit. I had a cuticle oil from them before on refill, but they changed the packaging and the newer packaging wasn't as good. It like leaked or something. So I'd be open to considering this. That'd be $6.30 down from $20. So that's a maybe. I'm kind of obsessive about cuticle oil. We have the Ulla Henriksen Truth Serum Hydrating Vitamin C Serum, $13.50. It's a good price point if you like that product. But for me, this line, like it has orange fruit extract, grapefruit seed extract, limonene, linalool, so that's going to be a pass for me. The Sachajuan Heat Protection Hair Cream. I think I picked this up last season, and I just haven't used it enough to develop a firm opinion on it, but I don't need a refill. We have some, looks like supplements. There's the Wealthy Sleep, Nighttime Fat Burner and Sleep Aid, and the Wealthy Sweat, Fat Burner and Thermogenic. So, yeah, like I said before, I'm pretty good on my supplement games. I'm going to be passing on those. And the last new refill I was so happy to see, this is the FabFitFun Cat Bundle. $16, and I'm glad that cats are finally getting some love in the FabFitFun box. So it says these fun toys and delicious treats will get you on your cat's nice list. So it looks like you get two little bags of treats and 2 little toys. So very, very cute. So let's talk about the picks really quickly. So like I said, when a brand pops up in the box, there's a good chance it will pop up in the add-on store as well. We have the Barefoot Dreams Malibu Collection Soft Jersey Short Robe in extra small, small, medium, large, or extra large. I'm tempted by this. I have, like I said, a couple robes in the, what is it? Cozy Chic Light or ultralight material, but I don't know. This is a maybe. I tend to run hot, so I always look for things that are more lightweight. So that is a maybe for me. I think it would also make a nice gift for someone. The Barefoot Dreams Cozy Chic Starfish Baby Blanket in Sunrise Pink or Deep Sea Blue. So if you need a baby blanket, those are 30 by 40. The Caraway Non-Stick Ceramic Mini Fry Pan and Mini Sauce Pan Duo in Paracotta. $129. I don't know. I've heard kind of mixed things about these pans and their kind of longevity, and I guess we haven't had a lot of long-term success with ceramic pans. So I'll be passing on that one. We have the Goop Glow Microderm Instant Glow Body Polish. So 6 fluid ounce. Yeah, I think I'm good on scrubs at the moment, but there's one for you. We have the Hilma Gas and Bloat Relief Daily Pre and Probiotic Bundle. I'll pass on that. Insert name here, insert blowout here. $44. It's a $72 value. So I'm gonna pass on that as well. It looks like the Revlon one, essentially, and I have a Dyson Airwrap, so I'm pretty set on that. That is US and Canada only, probably because of the plug. The next one, the Olaplex Discovery Kit, $27. It's a $35 value. I'm pretty sure it's the same as this one, which I probably picked up from FabFitFun. So I already showed you 4C and 5, which is the clarifying shampoo and the conditioner. There's also a shampoo that was this size, which I don't know where it ran off to. I might have already used it traveling or whatever. So I do like the Olaplex shampoo from time to time. It's a little bit more clarifying, I guess, than the Virtue shampoo that I normally use. So I do like it. And like I said, it's very concentrated. This is the 8.5 fluid ounce bottle, by the way. I guess I could have showed you this earlier, but yeah, I'm down to about there, as you can see. So yeah, very concentrated. You don't need a lot, but I do like their shampoo. The other products in here, the No. 3 Hair Perfector, I don't really use. I use Apres more often. So I do have a code with Apres as well if you want 20% off there. The Bond Smoother, the, what is this? This is the conditioner. So this little kit includes the No. 3 Hair Perfector, which is the original product that kind of went viral. So we have that. We have the mask, like I showed you. And then we have the kind of normal shampoo and conditioner, the clarifying shampoo. And then we have the No. 6 Bond Smoother, the No. 7 Bonding Oil, which I haven't really made much of a dent in. And then the other product I couldn't find was the hair serum, but that would be this size as well. So no recollection of that product whatsoever. So I don't know, you're not getting a tremendous savings on this kit. So it might be an easy way to try a lot of products, but it's not a tremendous value. I always try to factor in like, what would this be if I took 20% off? Kind of a standard sale amount. We also have the Sheertex tights. Those are $29 and come in about 6, 7 sizes, it looks like. $29 down from $89. I think I saw that Sheertex was at Costco somewhere as well, so that might be something to look out for. Sunday Citizen sheet sets in either white or light gray, queen and king sizes. Those are going to be viscose, 100% viscose from bamboo. We have a water filter. So we have a Berkey water filter, so I don't need anything that kind of screws onto my tap. This is $79 down from $125. Coconut shell-based carbon filter. So it says it's a 3-step filtration system that removes particles as small as 0.1 microns. We have the Skincare Tools Ultimate LED Light Face Mask, $199 down from $547. I've never heard of this before, and I would just caution you, I guess, when you're spending that kind of money, maybe look for one that has a little bit more, I don't know, science or reviews to back it up. So I have the LED mask from Omnilux, which I use, and the one from Current Body I think is also pretty highly rated, but yeah, I just haven't heard of this one. I mean, that's not to say it doesn't do the same thing, but again, when you're spending that kind of money, just maybe look into it a little bit. We have a Power Flosser, 29 down from 60. The Beauty Stat Universal C Eye Perfector, 15 down from 65. That one I saw does have clary sage oil in it, which is not great. So maybe think about skipping that one. The Korres Pure Greek Olive Bath and Body Trio, 31 down from 79. So you get, it looks like a shower gel, a cleansing soap bar, and a nourishing oil. And okay, so the Pat McGrath eyeshadow quad I wanted to talk about. This is another case where it's really been blown out. So I'll insert some pictures that are probably a little bit more accurate. This is a much deeper palette than it appears. I would actually be into this color story, how it looks on the FabFitFun page, but in reality it's going to be deeper. They're also charging 40 down from 62. I think it's like 31 right now on the Sephora page, and that's before any discounts. So I would recommend buying it from Sephora if you are interested. Let's see, the Let Me Glow Lollipops. They have vitamin C and collagen peptides apparently. I'm gonna be skipping on those. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Duo, 29 down from 85. So you get the face base and the eye base. I know a lot of people love the face base, especially, so if it's a favorite product of yours, you can stock up. I'm gonna be skipping on this because I'm just not really into the scent. It has grapefruit peel oil, it has linalool, it just has a lot of fragrance in it, so I'm gonna be skipping on it. The Beauty Stat Pro Bio Moisture Boost Cream, 15 down from 50. I think this one is decent. It's just that I don't need any more moisturizers at the moment, so I'm gonna be skipping on that. We also have the Olaplex number 4D Clean Volume Detox Dry Shampoo, 14 down from 30. I don't really use dry shampoo, so that's going to be a pass. And finally, we have the Haps Votive Sampler, 17 down from 45, and you get 3 different scents in little 2-ounce votives. The thing about votives is, unless it's a really potent candle, like I'll put them on the edge of the bathtub when I'm taking a bath because it's close enough and it's in kind of enclosed space. But otherwise, you're not going to get a lot of scent out of votives generally. So yeah, I'm gonna be passing on that. All right, so marathon video here, losing my voice. So that's everything for customizations 1 through 3. And I talked about, I guess, what they've spoiled when it comes to refills and their picks. And again, just make sure you subscribe and we'll see what other content I can put out this weekend in terms of customize with me. We have a fair bit going on this weekend, so I'm not sure how much time I'll have, but I will most definitely share what I got when I get my box in. I'll probably pay for the expedited shipping this time around because I'm not going to be out of town. So yeah, hopefully I'll get my box a little bit earlier, but that's gonna do it. So I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.